So I got asked, Hakeem and Ralph Sampson, the Twin Towers in Houston. Um, why didn't it work? Because obviously Sampson got hurt. They did get to the finals at 1 year where they beat the Lakers. I still remember that fluky shot that Ralph Sampson shot over his head. What would have happened if they had to stay together? Do I think it would have worked? It's hard to say. It really is. They were outmanned by that Boston team. Um, both Ralph Sampson and Elijah were always on the block. I think that this is one of the things that is interesting when I say this because Elijah was a great player. Athleticism out the yang. Yeah, he was legit. But was he that next level type of center? Hmm. Ralph Sampson was a beast in college. I remember UVA. That cat could flat out go. Speed, athleticism. He was like Victor Wemby. And he was strong. And he may have been like a four pre-closer to what you see today. But injuries got him and the lack of and I think not having the right kind of point guard in the system kind of messed with him. They were kind of an oddball pairing. Oh, the dream is to get the 2 7-footers. I was in Houston, Texas at the time when they both were playing, and it was seen as the next level of the NBA because back then you had to have skyscrapers to get in the building. And it's never talked about. They did get to the finals. They lost 6 games to the Celtics. I still remember when Ralph put the 3-4 piece on Dennis Johnson and that band-aid and all that. And Larry Bird was like, enough of this. And that stopped in 6 games. But that's when Olajuwon had people feeling him in the streets. If you were in H-Town, you know what I mean. That was during the oil situation. That was during when they had their recession. But the Olajuwon shake, boom, bam in the box was everything in them streets. Hakeem had definitely had the flavor. And he showed that he was a premier player. But he also needed to be in a better cast in the system, which later came with Rudy Tomjanovich, and later when they won their back-to-back with Clutch City, Mary Ellie, Kenny Jet Smith, Robert Ory, Vernon Maxwell, etc. That was a whole nother. And that's interesting because he was always trade bait for quite a few years. That's what people who somehow romanticize it don't always understand that he was trade bait for a lot of those years. Sampson was too. It did not seem like it was going to work, or it's just like they were clogging up the middle. And it wasn't until a decade later that you got Duncan and Robinson, Tim Duncan, Darren Robinson, that the actual part totality of it got it the right way. They did it the right way. But Ralph and Olajuwon couldn't quite get it right. Olajuwon surpassed Sampson, and people don't really even talk about that appearance of them going. They're not even really seen as the duo that underachieved when you talk about others, because other duos get more notoriety and more acclaim and what have you. But it is an interesting what if with that. If those two had won, and how would have history looked at it? Because Sampson was great in UVA as an individual player. Now Olajuwon with Five Slammer Jammer was unreal. So you talk. It was interesting pairing because people don't even talk about that two of the greatest college players of the era were on the same team starting as top tier draft picks. That has been lost because everyone focuses on 84, Olajuwon going to the Rockets, Jordan going to the Bulls, and of course Sam Bowie, who was great in college, going to Kentucky. And then other drafts were Ewing going to Knicks the next year and so on and so forth. They forget that the Rockets had two of the best college big men on the same team clogging up the middle. And, would it have meant more dominance or not? I can't say it would have. Can't say it would have. Because those things take time. You have to implement a system. You have to implement so many factors. But it is one of those situations where people don't really talk about the Dream and Ralph Sampson duo and what could have been. And it's an interesting question. Do you think if everybody been healthy and everything, does that team dethrone the Lakers? Do they get another trip to the finals besides 86 and get to face the Celtics again or the Pistons or something? Or was that just a flash in the pan? Be curious at the comments below. Please hit like, subscribe, welcome thoughts, comments, and I do respond. Thank you. Wash your hands. Keep your mind clear. Watch out for another. And share it if you like. Hit that membership because when you do request videos like this come true, stay safe, stay blessed, stay woke, stay free. I'm out one time. Peace.